Hello guys, good evening. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a video going over some weeks, maybe a couple of days. We'll do it a little bit more in detail. Basically backtesting euro dollar from when should we do it? So I downloaded 8 years of data. What? Okay. Let's go to 2018 and we'll begin in March. Now, actually, I should have. Let me check this. So I should have. There it is. There it is. Yes, this. Because I had it previously and I didn't have it in. Well, close to me. Now I do. Because we need the times. So, yes. When will we do it? Let's do it for March 13th. No, sorry. From March 13th, yes, to November 16th. Let's do it that way. So March 13th, let's do it March 14th. So January, blah blah blah. 13 is this. Let's do it from the 19th, which is a Monday. We'll begin with $20,000. Time on charts will be, yes, GMT. We will allow rewinding, Duke's copy. That's fine. Pip size 10. Leverage. I'm gonna put over like this leverage, but the reason why I do that is because usually, not usually, but when I have one trade, it wouldn't really allow me to take another one, which doesn't really make that much sense. Because it's not like I'm risking 50% of my account per trade or anything like that. So yes, we'll just do it like that. The reason why I'm also using fixed spread is because MFF, FTMO usually have 2 ticks of spreads, and Duke's copy has an entire pip, right? So that means that an entry with a 1 pip stop loss would end up being around 4 pips of stop loss, which is definitely not ideal. And besides from that, it is, yeah, we're ready for it. I need to open the charts. Give me 1 second. Okay, moving on. So, we were about to choose the charts. I'm doing this as a little bit of a setup because I was asked to do this on the previous one. So let's just do this one. And this is where you would choose the charts. I want the 1 minute standard. Yeah, standard. I want the 1 minute, the 5, the 15, the hourly, the daily. I mean, we're going to base this video on my most recent video, right? Which is when I applied those 5 steps and basically got 9 trades overall, 70% win rate on the past few weeks, right? Past 4 weeks. So I'm not really going to need the daily chart overall, but I will use it as somewhat targeting. Well, there are multiple things that we could use. And we'll do, how can I, oh, custom time frame, there it is. I want the 2 minute, the 3, and that's it, yeah. Now we open them. We'll just open all of them and we then organize them. So we'll close this, we'll put this here. Oh, I want to risk in percentage, stop loss in price, take profit in price, this in price, blah blah blah. Is that all right? That's quite all right. We'll just do 1 hour on this one. I'm gonna fix this up so it looks good. So I'll need a minute. I have. Okay, we are almost ready. What else do I want to do? So let's minimize all of this. I want the 15-minute. Uh, okay, so time-wise, this is what we're working with, right? March 13th, yeah. So midnight is 4 a.m. London, so New York is 11 to 15. That's all that we really need. That's what we'll use. And I was told by someone that we could use an indicator, right? I didn't really investigate it that much because honestly, I haven't used this in quite a bit. So I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really looked into it. But yeah, probably in the future should. So again, 11 all the way up to 15. 15? Yeah, 15. Hold on. Why is it? Oh, that's the 5 minute. My bad. Should have done it from the 15 as it's much better. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, and I need to sync this, which you can do from here. It moved, clone, and that's it. All right. What are we looking for? Let me. Can I write it somewhere so we can see it all the time? Maybe I should do just a post-it notes. But it's the problem is that if I tap this, it's gonna go away. So it's really not that worth. That's exactly what we're looking for. And I'll have it here on the other screen because yeah, it's just nothing that I can do about it, honestly. I would love to have an app that allows me to have the post-it thing above everything else. There's definitely some application that allows me to do that, but I don't have it. So let's just get started. So what we're looking for is run on stops, 5 minute, 50-minute displacement and market shift, lower time frame trades inside that fair value gap, and lower time frame displaces and causes a market shift, right? All of that has to happen inside the 11 and 15-minute time frame. Sorry, between 11 and 15 hours. This is really not. I'm gonna delete that one. And this one, because I can't see the charts otherwise. Have we had a run to the left? Oh yeah, actually I should consider this as well. Quite an aggressive run if you ask me. Definitely worth for us. I want it to be a little bit thicker, black, and that's it. And of course it has to be background. I'm sorry that the application is in Spanish. There's nothing that I can do, and I don't want it to look like that. Cool. So otherwise it's gonna stay there forever. So we've definitely had the run. Can we consider this a market shift? In my opinion, we can. 50-minute, we definitely don't have that. Let's actually sync this. Cool. And down here, we did have a run on the sell side. Price does create a 50-minute fair value gap here that price does trade and continues to respect through the entire potentially London and pre-New York price action. So, this is our market shift. How do I do it so it doesn't fixate a thing on another low? That sucks. Okay, so like that. Cool. We have fair value gaps where price could trade into. I didn't trade into this one, did it? Because otherwise I've missed out. So the high on this candle, it's the same. Just ignore it for now. Keep in mind that if we wanted to sell, price should trade up there at the very least. We have a tiny run on sell side there, so do keep that in mind. We have fair value gaps in here which we can take advantage of, but again, we're looking for those exact 5 things to occur all together, and we would have not gotten any entries inside of this fair value gaps. Nothing for me to do there. News probably, but we have a clear run on sell side there that then causes that entire price action. So as an example, this is a fair value gap we could trade into, but after news like this, I'm most likely not even going to try and trade. yeah, that's day down for me, honestly. I prefer to not trade completely than to try and force an opportunity and get out of the market with a loss instead of something a little bit saner. Let me actually modify this. So we have as thin as that. Yes, cool. Okay, that might be a bit better. Cool. This, 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 this. Right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Cool. Do we have anything to the left? Haven't really run below anything, so I'm gonna say no. No on that. And let's just watch price. Okay, do have a tiny run up there. I don't think it's worth, honestly, I don't think it's worth the effort. We could get entries inside that fair value gap in the 5 minute. Let me actually zoom in a little bit more. Inside this fair value gap, price hasn't traded into it. But we haven't had the run on sell side, on buy side in this case. So yeah, I can't do much about all of this. Also need to check to the left just in case something has occurred. I hate that mixture doesn't like allow you to be as flexible as possible with this. But basically I kind of want to see if a high like this as an example is taken as liquidity, because it definitely could happen. Okay. No, not much of a run to the left. And I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I was kind of thinking that it could run above these highs and look for the sells, but honestly, it's not really worth it. Now, at the time, I prefer to just avoid this. Seems like it's ranging, yeah. Let's see what happens later, because we do have a tiny run on a low there, fair value gap in here, but in my opinion, this is just a retracement slash Judah swing. We do have somewhat of an entry in there. Let me actually use this for a bit, like that. That buy would have failed. Say this was somewhat of a Judah swing, although this could work out later on. No. Yeah, that's why it kind of was a bit doubtful about the potential buys that could have showed up, honestly, because it's more possible for something like a Judah swing to occur at that time than anything else. So just preferably to avoid that, as we've been avoiding losses so far. And nothing much more than that. Probably could have slash should have considered this tiny bit of a high here. That was taken as buy side. Okay, let me. I hate Metro so much sometimes. Let me sync this. Okay, so that's the run on buy side. This is a market shift. Okay. So we have the run on buy side liquidity. This is the market shift in my opinion. We have a fair value gap here, and in the 15-minute, maybe no, we don't have another fair value gap in the 15-minute. So this is the only fair value gap that, as you can see, when the kill zone begins, we don't really have much. But sure, all this buy side liquidity has been taken by this aggression lower fair value gap. Still, in my opinion, not meeting the the not meeting the criteria to take this entry, so I'm just gonna ignore that. And those news, definitely. Definitely ruin it a bit, but we have had a run on sell side liquidity clearly. Market shift in the 5, parabolic gap in the 5 minute. Okay, so this could be something. My worry is that it doesn't look that good. We do have the run on sell side. It mitigates this tiny bit of a range, maybe an order block. Okay, so let's see if price actually creates something in the lower time frame for us to take advantage of. Okay, so market shift, parabolic gap down here. That's good enough for me. So this will be a buy limit at 22725. Stop loss 22694. And targets probably gone above this high, 22911. Okay, so let's try that buy limit. Yeah, definitely. Okay, now we need to be triggered. Close enough. Well, not close enough, but maybe that. Nope. No, it is. Okay. If you check the 50-minute, doesn't look that good. And the entire thing is a little bit messy, but we do get what we're looking for, right? We have the run and sell side liquidity here, the aggression higher, the market shift, fair value gap in here, and yeah, can we be looking into this sell here? Not really, because sure, we have the run and stops above this high, but there's no market shift when going down to this low because it's respected it so far. It could fail in a couple minutes, but at the time there's not much that we can do with that buy, honestly. What time is it? Okay, do keep in mind that something that I forgot to mention, session opens at 12:30, so this is when session opens, and well, we would have been triggered right away, actually. Presumably, we would have been looking into this entry before wars, not before wars, previously, right before the market opens. So it would have been a little bit of a difficult trigger, if I can be honest. Not, yeah. Okay. So we have a 2.63% running. Let me open the, so you can see that here, there, but trades shows you this. So at this point, we are at a pretty good point. We're risking a 1%, so we're 2.3% up. I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even already. Well, actually not to break even. Let me modify it to this. Below low. So basically half the risk. And I'm gonna close a 25% of it to start closing some wins. So to start taking some profits basically. Let's now see if it reaches target. Which target? How much is target? Where? Oh, here. So 900 is a little bit less. So it's 4.5%. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We could go for just the 4, right? 4 hours we discussed in the video. Let's just allow it to run like this and move it from the 5. Nice move there. Running again 2.5. Thinking about closing more partials as we've taken these two equal highs. Yeah, in my opinion, that makes sense. So let's close that partial. Again, another 25% on that. Couple $100. Yeah, how much do we have on the account? Where can I see that? Because it's telling me the amount that we have with the open profit. Account is 276, so 1.25 approximately percent up. Cool. So as you can see here, we are 4% up with, of course, what's floating. We are already at 4R approximately, probably even more than that. So what I'll do here is just close 80% of it, right? And then allow the rest of it to run, yeah, to just run. So if we go to this, realized $727, that's 3.5%, yeah, 3.5 and something percent. And now we should just see if we reaches the profit or not. Yeah, definitely does. So yeah, that's actually a really, really lovely trade, honestly. Again, how did we take the trade? Let's actually go back into it and analyze it a little bit. Let me expand this and go further into this. So I would like to have something to draw, but I don't. And I don't know if that works. Give me a minute. No, never mind. I was going to install something to draw, but it's just really not worth it. It's too much effort. So how do we take this trade? A lot of sell side liquidity here. Why there's sell side? We have this low, this low, this low. All of this, you see how price is basically reacting around this entire area, and then price aggressively goes lower. We have news, probably we definitely had news around here. We see aggression higher. We already have somewhat of a market shift with this high. Retraces, respects something in the lower time frames. Aggression again, we see the market shift above this high. We have a fair value gap, price trace into that, and in the lower time frames, as you were able to see, we got the lower time frame entries right there. Fair value gap, market shift, and everything. That's a really good example of how the video worked out. Well, what I was trying to show on the video. That's a pretty good example. So yeah, as you can see, we basically have gotten this the opportunity that we will look in a weekly basis, right? Because if, as you were able to see in the video, we're most of the time seeing around one and as much as two opportunities inside a week. So in my opinion, this will be the opportunity to just get away with the market, right? Get away with the 4%, 4.3% profit. Well, the first trade on this account, which is great, obviously. So we'll leave the video here, right? This is pretty good enough. I want to go through the entire week, but in my opinion, after taking a win on, well, Wednesday, middle of the week, I'm pretty confident that I will not continue to trade after this. So yeah, pretty good example of how to apply what was discussed on the video, right? On the 20R in 4 weeks. This is how to do it. I think that's what I called it. I don't really remember. But yeah, this is a really good example. So I hope you enjoyed. And I'll be talking to you until the next one.